you can come with your family.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yes, so your spouse work towards it and you get it. People are getting it. That's just the truth. People are getting jobs, like, so they have. That's why people say, "I've been applying. I've applied for 100 jobs." How did you apply? It's not just to apply. How did you apply?
Everyone, welcome and welcome back to my channel. You are highly welcome because today we have an interesting one. We have the Chichi Show on the floor, and she's here to share how you can migrate to Canada, the easiest way to migrate to Canada in 2020, step by step, so that anybody that watched this video will be able to follow the process, the documents, everything that you need to know for you to move to Canada in 2022 and beyond. So stay tuned. Okay, so Chichi, you have the floor. Tell us about yourself.
Hello, beautiful people. Yeah, this is Chichi here. Actually, my full name is Chinazo. So that's the abbreviation is Chichi. So I'm originally from Nigeria, but currently based in Canada for almost a decade now, almost 9 years. I just said 9 years. Um, yeah. So my channel name is the Chichi Show, and there we talk about everything Canada, everything Canada, how you move to Canada, lifestyle in Canada, everything about Canada. So I'm so glad to be here. Thank you, Linda, for having me today. I must say your channel is wonderful. You are really doing a great job.
My Chichi, thank you for that. And thank you for accepting to be in this channel today, because I believe that Canada is one of the best places that people are always dreaming to go. But the problem is people don't just know exactly the steps to take and everything. There are so many ways people can move to UK these days. How about Canada? Do they have like a lot of options as well?
Yeah, in Canada, they have a lot of options. So I'm going to be starting from the highest to the lowest. Okay. So you can come through express entry. So the express entry is for the pretty young ones that have a very good education background, like a master's minimum. You'll be around in your 20s, then before your middle 30s, and then you have a very high English test, which is the IELTS. So that's it for the express entry. Then I'll move down to the provincial. So every province, Canada, we have 10 provinces here. And all the 10 provinces, they have their provincial nominee program. So this program is that how it works is that the province will kind of nominate you to say, okay, now Linda, I want you here in my province, right? So they will nominate you, and the way you get nominated is I'll get to that. I'll just give the highlight. Then the next way you can come to Canada also is through a work permit. Okay, so if you get a job offer in Canada here, and then you will apply for a work permit. So in that work permit, they have the temporary foreign worker, which when you come here, you work with that employer for 2 years. Right? You work with that employer for 2 years, then before you can apply for your PR card, which is a permanent resident. Then the next way, the other way is the international mobility program. That one you have to work with the process of this international mobility program is pretty fast. Then you have to work with your employer for 1 year. Then thereafter, you can apply for your PRO status. Then in other routes you can use to come to Canada is through students. So you come here, you apply for a school here, you get admission, then you come as a student. When you get your admission, you use that admission letter to apply for your study permit. So when they give you that study permit, then you come here as a student. Then when you finish, if you want to go back, go back. If you don't want to go back, then depend on the province. Some provinces will say, okay, then you can just apply straight for your PRO card status, while others will say, okay, you have to work you apply for a work permit. Then with that work permit, you work with your employer for 6 months, then before you apply for your PRO status. So the other route is through visiting. You can come as a visitor. Because of this COVID, the pandemic, they have a program now that they said as a visitor you can come here, because they said from 2020 because of that pandemic, people were not able to go back home, right? So they were kind of stuck here. So what they did, they created this program that you can apply for a work permit and you start working there, right? So that program is going to last for 3 years. So it's in 2023. So I think these are the ways you can move to Canada.
Wow, there are so many of them. Like
There are
I
so
believe
many, like
so
they are
many.
like
But the
so
problem is
many.
like sometimes when you read about them online, people don't just know, okay, what am I supposed to do now? So
Yes.
from all these ones, which
Mhm.
ones are the best ones, the best and the fastest routes on all
Okay.
of this? Yeah.
So if you ask me as today, because COVID has really brought so much changes to their processing time, right? But for today, if you ask me, Chichi, what's the fastest? I'll say student route, like come through student, because most some schools now they still have admission going on.
Okay.
And if they give you that admission that okay, you need to start in September, they have no choice than to give you that study permit by September. I don't know if you get what I mean. So it's
Yeah.
kind of setting, right? It's
Okay.
kind of setting. So first, if you ask me, I'll say students.
Okay.
Then if you get a job offer, then the other one will be with a work permit.
Okay.
Yes, if you get a job offer, the other one to be job permit.
Okay.
Attached to
So
them.
let's take it one at a time. If we are
Yeah.
talking about student visa now, so are
Mhm.
you talking about BSc or MSc? And is it the same thing with the UK where if you get an offer for MSc, you are able
Mhm.
to bring your partner or your family with you when you go for studies? Is it the same thing in Canada? The process.
In Canada, if you get any admission at all, either you are coming here for a 2 years diploma, you are coming here for a master's, a PhD program, you can come with your family.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yes. So for your spouse, they will give your spouse a work permit.
Okay.
Then for your dependent children, if they are up to the school age, they give them a study permit.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
Mhm.
Okay, so you advise people to just apply for schools now, and you say some of the schools are still open.
Yeah.
Like, so what are some of the selling courses like here, healthcare, and then maybe IT? So if people are applying for courses, which ones are the best ones there?
Canada, they don't really have that. They don't have that UK kind of healthcare, no, because their
Oh,
healthcare here is pretty strict. Like, even do you know, like the one I think that's what you guys call a health assistant. So
yeah.
this way they call it a healthcare aide or personal support worker, right?
Okay.
Canada is kind of a very strict, though they said in quotes it's Canada, but every province literally or technically do their own things. So if I
Okay.
take that healthcare assistant course here now in Manitoba and I now move to Calgary or Alberta, I will have to challenge that course.
Wow.
So
Okay.
you can take any course, any course
Okay,
you
so
can take.
how about the second one now that you said is the fastest again, getting a job.
Work
So what are
permit.
the documents, the work permit? So how about what's the document required? How do you go about getting a job in Canada? How easy is it to get a job in Canada? That's another thing.
Yeah, actually, in my channel, people are getting jobs. So they have different sites. They have different sites that you need to apply to. So you can go through the most one I always like to use is that Canada Job Bank. Okay,
Canada Job Bank.
Job
Okay.
Bank. So that's the website that the reason why I like that you can really narrow it down to you that is outside Canada or a foreigner. So there's
Okay.
a way I have videos about that so that when you are applying for that job, you know that okay, this employer knows that I'm applying for this job. I'm outside Canada. Or even
Okay.
if you are inside Canada, you are a foreigner. So when I mean foreigner, either you are a student, like I said earlier, if you got some provinces when you graduate from school, then you have to apply for a work permit, right?
Yeah.
Then that's a foreigner too because you don't have a PR status yet or you are not a citizen or if you are outside Canada. So that's why I like that site. That's
Okay.
a job bank. Yeah, so that's a
So
very reliable bank.
do you know the easiest jobs to get? Like I know, like we
Yeah.
mentioned that healthcare is difficult. So if someone studied nursing in Nigeria or studied pharmacy or
Mm-hmm.
something like that in Nigeria, I know it's difficult for them to get into that same line. So what
Mm-hmm.
would you advise them to apply for? Is it the home
Farm
area
jobs.
or
I
something?
think farm jobs, then restaurants, bartenders, cook, those are then housekeeping. Those are
Okay.
the jobs. Farm job, general farm jobs, restaurant attendants, bar attendants, waiter, waitress, truck driver. That's another one. But that truck driver, you have to have your license here. That's why that one takes time. You have to have your license here before you can work as a truck driver. So someone can hire you. When they hire you, then you will make sure that you have your license. So I'll
Okay.
say that job like truck driver works better for people that are already here, maybe as a
Okay.
visitor and all that. Yes.
Wow,
So
interesting.
mhm.
I think a lot of people will be encouraged to start applying for those jobs. You know, sometimes you see those job websites, like people don't feel that they will get the job, or maybe the
They do.
competition or
People
something
do.
like that. But I'm
People do.
encouraged that you say that people are getting jobs from your channel.
Yes. If you
So
know how
guys,
to, yes.
make sure you check out her channel. She actually has loads of resources in her channel. So make sure you check her out. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so the last thing I want to ask you is when we are talking about like the students giving the opportunity to bring their partners and all
Mm-hmm.
of that, and then this
Mm-hmm.
work permit as well, getting
Mm-hmm.
jobs from outside Canada. What's the quality of life there like? Because I know some people they've made comments on my channel before, like, oh, you are going to be a laborer in the UK, better don't go for it, you know, some comments like that. So what is their quality of life? So if you are a bartender, for instance, and you are in Canada, are you able to access some like free healthcare? What is their quality of life like?
If you are coming here as a student before, while you are still applying for your student visa, then you will buy your insurance, health insurance.
Okay.
Okay, so if you're a work permit, then you buy your health insurance too. But if you are coming with PRO as a PRO holder or as a citizen, can in Canada here, healthcare is free, like free for those with PRO and citizens.
Okay. So how easy is it for students to become PR holders after school? And how easy is it for like if you have a work permit, how long are you going to stay for you to become a permanent resident in in Canada?
Okay, so like I have a video of the Atlantic provinces in Canada. Once you go to a school there, once you graduate from a school from either from the four provinces, then you don't need to have work permit. You don't need to apply for work permit direct. You just apply directly to for PRO. Okay, you just have that apply directly for PR. But if you are in a province like Manitoba, then you will have to work first. You have to apply for a apply for a work permit. Then when you have to work with that work permit for 6 months.
Okay.
6 months. So after that 6 months, then you will now apply for the Manitoba nominee program here. So and
Wow.
that 6 months has to be a full-time job, a full-time related job.
Okay. Wow.
Okay.
That's
So yeah. So it has
I
to be
think that's
related to
really
what you read.
yeah, thank
What
you
you
so much. I
studied.
actually believe that this is possible, you know, coming from you and then the encouragement that people are getting
Oh,
these days.
people
So
are
if it is that
people
easy,
are
it's
here.
actually easy. Sometimes I used to think that US and Canada they are very strict, but I'm beginning to understand that some things that like what we think, like you know, the kind of thing that people take Canada and US is very difficult to school there. It's very difficult to get scholarship and everything. People are beginning to tell me that it's actually easier there.
Easy. If you are one thing with Canada, I will not say they are easy. They are not hard, they are not easy. They want the best. They see themselves as the best. And I don't really blame them because a country that have free education, a country that have free healthcare, A country that pays their children that are under 18 years,
Yeah.
you get to say, when you are here, you might not be so rich, but you just be comfortable.
Comfortable, yeah.
Whatever job you are doing here, you can use that job to survive.
Wow,
That's Canada. Yeah. So that's Canada. So all Canada, you just need to have a job.
okay.
You don't need to have a job. Once you have that job, you can use that job to survive. So a country like that, they don't just want to bring anybody in. That's Canada. They want to bring the best from your country. They want to bring those serious minded. Either you are highly intelligent or you have the energy to work. I don't know if you get what I mean. So they need somebody that they will get something from.
Yes. Okay.
That's Canada. That's why people are saying it's not easy. It's not easy because you cannot just go there and just apply and say, you have to say, oh, I really want to go to Canada and I must go there. So you work towards it and you get it. People are getting it. That's just the truth.
So for work permit, what is your advice for people that want to go to Canada today? Like, what are the documents that they need?
Like, that's why I say you should know how to search for a job. So it depends on that like that website that I'm using. If you go there now, you go to advanced, then it will bring out more options for you. If you don't have experience, you click no experience. If you don't have higher education, you click no higher education. If whatever, I speak French, either are you speaking French or English, it's a bilingual country. Okay, you click English. So now it's going to narrow it down to you, to what you have.
Okay.
So then you apply for that. So you see jobs out there will say no experience will be trained.
Okay.
Then you apply. So what I always say is that know how to write your resume. Resume is just the same thing as CV. Okay, we use CV back home, not Americans, they use resume. It's the same thing as CV. So know how to write your CV to Canadian standard, right? So I always say use the job description of whatever you are applying for to write use the NOC code, the NOC code of whatever job title that you are applying for to write your resume. So that will give you like an idea of the job description of that job title. So if you can write your resume to Canadian standard, then you apply, they will call you. Because some people, I've seen someone, they say, most of my subscribers, they send me their resume and you see their pictures there. You know, no, you are not supposed to have your pictures there. They are kind of saying, I'm a Christian, I'm a Muslim. So you don't need to have that. Because once they see that, they know, they are not going to look through you. They are not even going to look at your resume. They'll just.
Oh, that's interesting. Thank you so much for this.
Yeah, so it's not only that. So people say, I've applied for 100 jobs. How did you apply? It's not just to apply. How did you apply? So first thing, work on your resume. Other thing, work on your cover letter. Then apply the way the employer has asked you to apply. Sometimes they'll say, this job apply through my email. They'll provide their email. Some people will want to go to their website and want to go apply there. No, they are not going to look at that. Because that is only that the email they provided, that's what they will look at for for applicants. I don't know if you get what I mean. So it's not just to apply, it's how do you apply, right? So if you can get all these things right, they will call you.
Wow, thank you so much for this. Just the one last question before we go. Do you know the cost implication of these things? Like, do you know how costly it is? If you get a job, for instance, in the UK, sometimes you see employers that will fund maybe your visa and your airfare. Is it the same in Canada? Will they sponsor some things for you?
It depends on the job that you are applying for. If they've indicated it that they are going to sponsor for you, then they will do that. They will tell you what they want to sponsor you for, like what they are going to sponsor. Okay. So, but most times you do you just what they provide for you is the LMIA, because that's going to be long. They need an approval from the government, which is this LMIA. So what they do, that LMIA is labor market impact assessment that covers them to be able to hire a foreigner. Right? So that's the only thing most employer will just do for you. Go get that LMIA, which costs them like $1,000 to get
Wow.
that LMIA. So once they get that, then the other thing, then you will, because the work to apply for a work permit, single person is 155 Canadian dollars.
Oh, that's
Then
good then.
then you pay for your biometrics, which is $85 still for a single person. Yeah, that's the cost. Then tickets, all that will be on you.
Okay, thank you very much for that.
Yeah.
Just before we go, tell us what you love most about Canada. What are you enjoying? Yeah, like, what is the best thing that you actually feel like you're getting by living in Canada? How do you feel?
First thing you will get in Canada is the safety.
Uh,
Safety. That's what is bringing most people here. Safety. Though there's nothing that is perfect, but you get that safety, like, to a large extent. Is the safety. The second thing is the healthcare. And you feel that you just have your baby, you go to the hospital, you have your baby, you don't pay a dime, like not a single dollars.
wow.
Yeah, the healthcare is free, and the another thing you enjoy is the education, free education, from elementary level to kindergarten to high school.
Okay.
Yeah, then
Wow.
after high school, you can actually apply for your student loan, which the government will give you a loan, they'll still give you grant. So those are the things you enjoy here, you know. Yeah.
Thank you
Then
so
good
much.
at
Thank you.
least, yeah. You on your light is working. You open your tap, your water is flowing. Like, yeah, there's just
Well,
basic human needs. They have it here. Yeah.
okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you check out Chichi Show. She has a lot of resources. You have seen that you don't have to put all your eggs in one basket. It doesn't have to be UK. You can see that Canada can be so easy as well. Make sure you check her channel. She just mentioned that people are getting jobs, and I
Mm-hmm.
wish everybody all the best. Thank you so much, Chichi Show, for
You,
coming here. I really appreciate it. I actually feel privileged that you accepted to give us this time today. So thank you so much, and
thank you.
thank you everyone.
Thank you
Bye.
for having me. Bye.